7 out of 10 on the execution. Okay, here we go. Raging Bolt versus Dreepy. Fabled showdown here. Ian Robb with the Bolt. Up against Preston here. Favorable matchup for Ian. But you can't count the Bolt out. And Ian with an aggressive attachment to the active there. Looks like he's content with going in with the Kangaskhan next turn. Just getting aggressive with it. This is 4 Meowth Bolt. It is 4 Meowth Bolt. If this is Dunsparce, maybe this guy can set up a crazy prize map with the EX. Ooh, that is a good question, yeah. Is it the EX build? And do we have a prediction up? I don't know if we have a prediction up or not. It is Pult Nor, though. Prize cards, unfair stand prized. Yada, yada. There's the Bolt. There's the Latias. Squad to the bench. That does put us into Dunsparce range, but it is not a Dunsparce build. Unless it's Pult Nor to Dunsparce. The whole squad would be a lot, though. Buddy Poffin here for Preston. Dreepies are on the way. Maybe a Duskull gets involved. But I feel like if you're Ian here... Well, I guess... The Pult Nor is probably a closer matchup, right? Oh, Ian also is playing the Clefairy, right? There was a Clefairy prized. Badoo getting involved early here. Is Badoo even that effective at this point? What are we like stopping by using Badoo here? Badoo feels pretty weak. And Itchy Paw, no supporter. So we're living off of Dracloaks next turn, it looks like. Or maybe, I guess, Unfair Stamper Fez in the hand could also do something. E-Switch? Sure, I guess E-Switch, right? Yeah. Bidding what energies to grab here. Goes for a lightning and a grass. Yeah, hand there looks like it's fully living off Dracloaks in top deck. I can't tell what that card is at the way back, but... Steel Mask fully loaded up. Run errand. Used Psychic Energy to the active as well. And then just swing. Knock out the Badoo. All right, Droopy push there from Preston. Top deck, it looks like Buddy Poffin. There is a potential here for Preston to get Candy Dragapult attack. Like, if we get Crispin here, we could just attack this turn. Design up Droopy and a Duskull here for the Buddy Poff. There it is. Get the squad. If Ian didn't know it was Pult Nor before, he definitely knows it now. This Dracloak still has to do a lot of heavy lifting here for Preston. All the lifting, to be honest. I wonder if Preston should have just attached... Do we have that other energy in hand on the previous turn? Should Preston have just like attached to the bench and then sacrifice the active Dreepy there? I feel like just retreating to the Badoo was like so low value. Double Loke. That means the active has to become a Loke now, which means we don't have Candy Pult available. Another Loke. Usually you're pretty happy to see the Lokes. This time, not as happy. You are not as happy to see the Lokes. If you're pressing here, you're hoping for something more. Going for the Buddy Poffin. What do we have left? 2 Dracloaks on the bottom. Is there a Dreepy? I guess there is a 4th Dreepy left, right? And a second Duskull. We probably won't grab the second Duskull, but the Dreepy would be good. Or maybe we do just grab the Duskull. Just get it out of the way. Sure, just gets the whole squad. It feels weird to not grab the Loke, but I guess you just live off the Loke next turn. Sure, it's fine. Attach Retreat. What? Okay, I do not like this play at all. Can we just attach to the bench, please? Can we protect our energy? We're forcing ourselves to live off Crispin every single turn. Like, yeah, I don't like this play at all. I was even questioning the initial attach retreat on the first turn. Like, I feel like we should have just sacrificed a Dreepy there, got another Dreepy, don't get the Badoo, attach Psychic Energy to the bench instead. Yeah, I don't like that. Forces us to have to use Crispin next turn. Does he play Neo Upper or Stamp? I think it's Stamp. I think I saw Stamp. Got to be Rosa. But like just having to rely on either of those things next turn is just so obnoxious. That's just like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. He's on Neo Upper, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that does make it a little bit better, I guess. I feel like we should also sacrifice Duskull here, though, still, right? I feel like the Duskull should go. Unless we're afraid of the double Duskulls getting Water Pawned. I guess that'd be the reason not to do that. Yeah, Ian's on Stamp. Fez makes its way to the bench. Ian just loading up the bench with a bunch of options. And then Knockout. Over to Preston. As the cat. I mean, that could be Crispin. Okay. They kind of came together, I guess, with that top deck. We have Candy Pulp plus... maybe it's... Well... I guess we just have to play the Crispin this turn. Or actually, maybe it is Neo Upper Energy. So I guess then we can go for Hilda for Neo. If you play the Neo, do you even play Crispin? Is there even Crispin in this build? Is it like one Hilda, one Crispin? One Rosas or something? Can Preston still beat this board state? I mean, it's pretty formidable, that's for sure. But I want to say it's winnable still. All right, here's the cat. All right, there's Crispin in here. Oh, look, it does look like it is Neo Upper Energy, yeah. And there is, so the only hand disruption that, oh my god, it's gonna be tough though, because the only hand disruption Preston plays is a Judge. So that's gotta be our supporter for. This is gonna be tough. There is a Clefairy Ian's build, yeah. I actually think this is pretty cooked. I'm not gonna lie, this seems pretty cooked. Ian needs so little to, yeah. Now with the like, yeah, it's a good shout out there. Now with the cat on the bench, you need so little to win as Ian here. Andy Crispin, everything exhausted for the turn. 200 active, spread some damage to the bench, but Ian going to be able to easily KO this Dragon Ball, and then it's just a cat kill away from winning. 4-1. Leaves the Fez around as a punch target, but can't win next turn, and Ian is primed to win this game in 2 turns for sure. Is there a possible setup for a 6 prize turn? No. I mean, not now. You're 2 turns away. You need 2 more attacks, but with 2 more attacks, you could like easily draw 6 prize cards. Well, you can't do it next turn. Well, no. You can't do it next turn. Wait, did Ian even draw with the Kangaskhan? Am I trolling? Did I miss it? I think I missed it. That is true. Ian can also remove some stuff from play at some point, but Trumpet gets involved for a little bit of extra energy. Attach return. I feel like all the energy on the Kangaskhan's about to get discarded. Or actually, probably, right? Okay, that wasn't as big of a turn as I thought we'd see from Ian. We do have to exhaust a lot here. The Kangaskhan and the Raging Bolt are like under threat of getting KO'd. Ian needs like another attacker here to threaten the Meowth with. Because Ian's Raging Bolt and Kangaskhan could get KO'd this turn. We kind of need to... Okay, this Ogerpon is like... The Ogerpon's getting there. The Ogerpon can KO the cat now. The Ogerpon works. So you can just discard 5 energy off the Kangaskhan, and then Raging Bolt and Ogerpon can both KO the Meowth. Or Raging Bolt plus Crispin would also be able to KO the Raging... Yeah, we should definitely just... Shouldn't it just be all energy off Kangaskhan? Goes for a split. Okay, I guess... Well, no, but doesn't this let Preston KO Ogerpon and KO Kangaskhan here? Am I trolling? Yeah, now Preston can go KO Ogerpon, KO Kangaskhan. But if we put the... If we move... Because the Raging Ball and the Ogerpon can't be KO'd, right? Actually, Preston may be misplayed. The damage on the Latios should actually probably be on the Ogerpon. So you can go pop Nor, plus snipe it off the bench. So you could have gone KO Raging Bolt, KO Ogerpon, which would then force Ian into this play. But now that Ian's into this play... And now that Ian's into this play, Preston has an answer for the situation. Does the poll play Briar? I don't think so, but I guess they could. My assumption would be no Briar. Briar would be crazy here, though. That would actually be kind of sick. Okay, so Preston is going for knockout active, knockout Kangaskhan into the Judge, but this does leave the Ogerpon alive. But didn't Preston had boss? Oh, we had boss, but we didn't have Dusknoir. Okay, we had boss, but no Dusknoir. So yeah, the Ogerpon just wins the game with boss on the... Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. It needs 2 energies still, right? Does it have 4 or 5? Does it need 1 energy or 2 energies? 4, 5. Oh, no, it just needs 1 more energy, right? So all Ian needs is boss energy here. Maybe Preston could bump the area 0, go wide. Oh, there's the jamming tower. Actually, can we get the cat off the bench? Oh, no, we don't have enough bench Pokemon. Oh, that's true. He has 1 prize left. Yeah, he has 1 prize left. He can KO anything. I think Ian has boss in hand. He's just like doing a resource count here to know what Preston's playing for the next game. Yeah, I forgot about the Dusclops getting popped. So the cat doesn't matter. Yep, cat for boss. Ian doesn't whiff the boss. He got 4 cats. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't boss Ogerpon. Yeah, I feel like we... Okay, I feel like... Okay, the cat... I guess the cat KO doesn't matter. I feel like we said the boss Ogerpon there, though, right? Oh, wait, that still works. We don't need Dusknoir because we can snipe the Kangaskhan off the bench with the Dusclops damage. We sniped the Kangaskhan off the bench anyways. Yeah, the Judge play here from Preston just seems bad. It feels like we should have gone KO Ogerpon, KO Kangaskhan there. Dude, my math is all bad. Listen, I'm on 4 hours of sleep, so I have an excuse. Yeah, Preston could have gone KO, KO. We don't need the... for some reason, I thought we needed Dusknoir, but we have spread damage from Dragapult, so we'd go knockout, knockout. Leave Ian with this board. Ian could still win through that board, though, for sure, and has a pretty big hand built up. So you kind of want to hand disrupt the hand, but I feel like that's just the better play. I feel like losing to a boss here is, like, not good. Def misplayed? Yeah. Ian still wins through Ursaluna Boss or Clefairy Crispin? Yeah, for sure. But I feel like those are harder outs. Does Ian play Ursaluna, actually? I don't know if Ian plays Ursaluna, does he? All right, Badu prize here for Preston. Preston is going first. We'll see if there's a turn 1 attack possibility here for Ian on the next turn. Does not? Okay, I didn't think so. It would have had to be the Clefairy play, which was still possible, I guess. I think. The Dreeps are in here for Preston, doing a little prize check-in. That was Baltu versus Rockets and Zam. You used to get kind of cooked. Teal Dance already in there for Ian. Double E switch in the top 2 prize cards goes for the Cyrano. So no turn 1 attack here for Ian. I don't think you need to turn 1 attack though. Although you would like it, right? Because now you kind of need Water Pond to help like make up for the lack of the turn 1 attack, I feel like. I guess on Latias Raging Bolts. I guess a turn 1 attack is still technically possible, but it'd have to evolve like Second teal mask, double E-switch attached to Kangaskhan attack. So it'd be it's kind of unlikely. Just slightly unlikely. Oh, wait a second. Does he have it? No way. No, he doesn't have it. That would have been insane, though. All right, there's the pass. Over to Preston. Oh, we got turn 2 Candy Pult here from Preston. The Hilda, the Candy. It's all coming together. Get aggressive here. And has the backup energy with the fire on the bench. This is actually like an insane turn to get to be the initiator here, I feel like. I do kind of... No, I guess it's... Well, no, actually, we probably shouldn't have Hilda'd for Drakloak there, right? Because we could have Drakloaked into Drakloak, and then we could have Hilda'd... Oh, no, I guess it always needs to get an evolution. No, it makes sense then, I guess. Well, no, I guess we probably shouldn't have played the Pokepad. Because we want to be able to play Pokepad for, like, Duskull or something, right? So getting Drakloak off Hilda makes sense, but then we should use that Drakloak, and if we get another Drakloak, that's fine, because then we can Pokepad for another basic. Okay, so powerful turn 2 here. I have the Ultra Ball as a follow-up as well for a Fez. Follow-up draw power. There's another Pokepad, though, so I guess it works. Also saw the Drakloak. Goes again. Yeah, see, we want basics anyways. Nitroger seems decent here. Oh, Lilywood still draws a ton of cards, though. We're not going to draw prize cards this turn. I thought in my head, I was like, we're drawing prize cards this turn, so Judges maybe just as good. Going back in, though, with that Pokepad. Duskull or Dreepy, I'm sure, is on the way. Goes for that Duskull. Any Dragapult. Back 4-1-1. Setting everything up to get KO'd. Pretty good. That's pretty good. See how Ian responds. I mean, if Ian can one-hit KO the Dragapult, you're still at a disadvantage in the prize trade. Because from here, Preston could just go like Dragapult, knockout, whatever you push in the active. I mean, Clefairy is possible here for Ian. You have Clefairy Crispin, I think, available. Crispin, Teal Mask. I almost don't hate keeping that Kangaskhan. I guess if Preston isn't able to take advantage of this damaged Kangaskhan sooner than later, then Ian could remove it from the bench with a Area 0 plus Chien Pao. So there's that. There's the Crispin. Clefairy set up, ready to go. I was going to say, Ian's prog build of this deck did not play Clefairy, right? No, it did not. I wonder if he gave up on, like, the Petron and the Zoroark to make room for the Clefairy stuff. Okay, Clefairy's ready to go. I mean, at this point, it's just slot. I mean, this isn't Raging Ball, though. This is slot box. Let's be serious here. There's the promotes. This turn from Preston as well. You can limit your bench, so there is not... You can limit your bench to the point where Ian actually can't one-hit KO your active with a Clefairy, and it would have to be with a big Raging Bolt attack. But from Preston here, you definitely need to KO this Kangaskhan. Like, you want to go down to 1 prize card this turn. That's why I was thinking that Ian maybe should have not discarded the Kangaskhan and should have benched it instead, because it's like necessary for Preston to chase the Kangaskhan KO here. 30 minutes left, so plenty of time. I do think Ian seems pretty cooked in this one. I mean, it could be a big whiff off the Lily still, so there's still hope, but there's no reason for Ian to concede or anything like that. May as well like utilize the time to see if Preston makes a mistake or does whiff. Oh, no Dragapult yet, but we have Fez. But if you bench Fez, well, I guess Area 0 means that you could always get KO, but you could play around it to some extent. But the Dreepy gets benched anyways, so even without Area 0, Ian is now knocking out. Well, given it consideration. There's Stretcher. Oh, there's a Stretcher. Oh, sheesh. Well, I guess can Preston set up another Dragapult next turn would be the question, right? I don't know if Preston plays... We know Preston plays a Crispin. I mean, that you probably have pretty high odds of finding that, right? I don't know if there's like a Roses in this build from Preston or not. Yeah, I mean, if we have the thing there, we should be all good. Oh, 2 Judge. Interesting. And there's the Crispin for the next turn, as long as the energy's in the deck. Yeah, absolutely cooking here. I guess if Ian can knock out the active Dragapult, though, with something... If Ian can knock out the active Dragapult here with something that doesn't get KO'd by a Dragapult, then Preston doesn't win on the next turn. Yep, there we go. Going after the Kangaskhan before it can get deleted from the board. So if Ian can go fresh Raging Bolt, knock out Dragapult here, it is still possible to win. Or you're in a tough spot for sure. Yeah, fresh undamaged Raging Bolt. Preston not playing Bear? I don't think so, no. All right, Ian's going to try and piece this one together. We know what he needs. He needs a fresh Raging Ball in the active to KO the active. And from there, it could still be close. This is why it would have been good to have benched a second Kangaskhan from Ian last turn. Oh, Unfair Stamp, I guess, is also a win condition here for Ian, yeah. We do need a KO. Like, I guess if you could go Clefairy KO plus Unfair Stamp, you don't just lose, but it's likely... It's not looking good. Ian has Stamp plus KO. With Raging Bolts? Alright, the cat is in. That's a pretty good turn. Oh, he's got like the trumpet shenanigans, right? Sucks not to have the Kang for the trumpets. Yeah, I think that was I think that was just a mistake from Ian. Once again, going back to it. On that previous turn, he Ultra Balled away a Kangaskhan, but he could have Ultra Balled away like Ogerpon or something instead. So I think definitely an error there from Ian to discard the second Kangaskhan from hand over Teal Mask or just like any other card, to be honest. Is there Night Stretchers in this deck? Couple. All right, Fez for 3. Steel Dance coming in. There's the Raging Bolts. And the Crispin. Fighting and lighting in the deck. Goes for a grass instead. We have a lighting in the hand, though, I believe. Trumpet. Oh, but I guess we want to have the... Well, no, but if we draw with Kangaskhan instead of Fez, like the same thing. Match. Area 0. Oh, I thought we had Unfair Stamp. What the fuck? Y'all lied to me. This still works though, right? This does still set up to win the game. Yeah. I said we had Unfair Stamp to go with this. So Crispin is necessary to pull off an attack this turn from Preston, but if you Crispin, you can't boss. And if you can't boss, you can't win. If you don't play your Sarluna, you can't boss, you lose. You don't lose, but you just don't win. So for Preston here, I mean, you just set up a Dragapult and swing, I guess, right? And then you hope that Ian does not have knockout on the next turn. Ian is at 1 prize card remaining. Preston does not have Ursaluna, no. Basically, no one plays Ursaluna now. Because if you play Ursaluna, you have to play Latias. And Latias is just like a lot lower value than it used to be. Because getting into Badoo is a lot lower value than it used to be. All right, Lokes are in. Could Judge Jed Headbutt. True. Judge Jed Headbutt solid, actually. Yeah, that'd be fine this turn, right? In fact, yeah, that probably is the play, right? Well, I guess it depends on how big of... Ian played a lot of cards that turn. I have no idea how big his hand is. But, yeah. Judge Jed Headbutt is definitely solid. Poff, fail, and then into the Judge Jet Headbutt. I think it'd actually be pretty tough for Ian to draw out of this Judge. Stadium Bump, that's also going to be annoying. Monkey Dory gets set up. Getting Cat involved as well. Oh, I thought Judge was in the hand. Am I trolling? Maybe Preston saw it with a Dracloak last turn and then put it on the bottom. All right, 4 there for Ian. I did see a Grass Energy. Oh, they've got the 2 on the Cat. Can't forget the Cat damage. This is the problem with Ian's board state here is there's no extra attacker set up. We had nothing else set up to go into this turn where we get judged. Although I don't even know how good Ian's hand was pre-judge, to be honest. I don't even know if Ian could have pulled together a KO on a Dragapult. Now it's going to be, seems like it's going to be pretty hard to pull anything together. Fairy Crispin incoming. And the Area 0. That's for 3. There's the punch, 70 damage, set up to win next turn. Lily in the hand there. Oh, we got the Area 0 Ultra Ball. Oh, okay, hold up. There's some stuff going on here. Starts with the Teal Dance. Crispin wins. Or second Cat wins. You could, or not Cat, a Cat wins. Oh, wait. Clefairy's in the discard pile, right? Area 0, Nitrogen for Clefairy, Ultra Ball for Cat for Crispin. Does he have the Psychics remaining? He does play 2 Psychic, yeah. One Psychic in this list. Oh, is it only 1 Psychic? Retreat to the Kangaskhan. That's not a good sign. Yeah, that's a bad sign. It's 2. Did he not have game? Maybe did he not see the game? 2 Psychic in discard. Oh, is there 2 in the discard? It's not good. Ooh. Oh, boss here from Ian is actually really, really good. Slow the game down. Once again, Preston can't move the active and boss in the same turn. No Latias. I mean, I did just call out Latias and Ursaluna for not being as good in pulp, but it would have won him the game 2 turns in a row here. Ursaluna last turn, Latias this turn. Yikes. Imagine if you just never changed the deck list. All right, more than enough boss there for Preston. Now, what's the play here for Preston? That's a question. Ursaluna would win for both players. True. Both players need Ursaluna. Should I go back to Raging Ball or stay in Lucario? Playing Raging Ball to Vegas and went 4-3-1. I'm liking Mega Lucario though. Whatever you like more. Go for it. I kind of like Retreat Itchy here. Doesn't that just lose to a Crispin, though? Retreat Itchy just loses to a Crispin. To be fair, President probably wouldn't be 911 if he was playing Ursaluna and Latias. Yeah, exactly. Wait for a boss, takes away the Kangaskhan draw. Not the cat, bro. Leave the cat alone. The fuck? But Ian can do the exact same play again. Ian can just boss the cat and then press into the exact same. So Ian can just like sit here and just do this again. Retreat, boss, draw 2 with Kangaskhan until he eventually draws a combo of cards that wins him the game. I think Ian hasn't used a single boss yet. Oh, but how many bosses Ian play, though? I actually don't even know how many bosses Ian plays. It's not that many, right? Cypher Maniac in the hand. Dude, honestly, Ian discarding the Kangaskhan on that second turn of the game was actually, like, once again, like, oh. No, I don't really think that does anything. If he just didn't Ultra Ball away the Kangaskhan on that previous turn. And just benched it instead. Or even just held it. Honestly, benching it would seem pretty good, though. I don't know. If he had just benched the second Kangaskhan more aggressively on that second or third turn, at least don't discard it. At least don't Ultra Ball it away. Ultra Balling it away ended up being really, really bad. Yeah, boss Psychic there from Preston. That's game. All right, game 3. When we had like 30 minutes left, I was saying like, you could probably stick this one out here as Ian. It did actually get pretty close. Ian was still in it there at the end. Was able to put together that fresh Raging Bolt attack play. It was close at the end. Now we only have 18 minutes left, but 18 minutes left should be more than enough. Why not boss again? I don't know. I don't know if he had a boss. I was saying it was like be possible to like stalemate the board again. Yeah, we can go back and take a look at the turn there. I wonder what Ian was debating. I think Ian ended up discarding the teal mask anyways. It was the turn before this. Ian had like, I mean, you have to know here as Ian that like Preston is gonna try and KO your Kangaskhan. Let's go back to Ian's turn real fast. Yeah, here Ian discards the Kangaskhan with the Ultra Ball, but he definitely should have just like... Yeah, he's debating the Ultra Ball here. I mean, you want to keep the Crispins probably. You could probably just give up the teal mask here, I think. And it was about to discard the teal mask. Like, I think what he should have done here is Ultra Ball away the teal mask and the Cyrano. Like, looking back on it. Get the Clefairy, and then bench the second Kangaskhan, I feel like. Maybe it gets a little weird there to bench the second Kangaskhan. In terms of, like, Preston being able to just win with some kind of just, like, KO 2-3 prizers play. That seems pretty unlikely if we're KOing the active here. And then we have, like, a high odds of eventually finding Area 0 plus Chi and Pow to, like, move things along anyways, right? So it's like Preston can't just, like, leave all this damage in play and not start to clean stuff up. So we can, yeah, if we go for that play, the reason Preston has to KO the Kangaskhan this turn is because there's the threat. The reason Preston has to take the knockout here is otherwise Area 0 plus Chi and Pow could happen, and then you just lose all your win conditions as Preston. So, all right, Ian going first here. Could have won with Fez. Wait, did he have game with Fez? Hold up. Now that you said that, makes me think. Did he when he went cat for boss? Could he have gone cat for Crispin plus E-switch? Had Crispin E-switch at some point? I think you might be right, actually. What is the hand here? Oh yeah, he has game. No, there's no E-switch. Wait, does he get the E-switch off of the grass energy? No, he doesn't ever have it. He doesn't ever have it. He doesn't ever have it in the same hand because he has to commit the Ultra Ball for the cat for the boss on that turn. All right, Kangaskhan getting set up here. Yeah, he drew E-switch with Kang, but not. He's not clairvoyant. Yeah, exactly. If he had double E-switch in deck, could he not have Cypher for it? I don't think he did. The last prize card was an E-switch. All right, Ichipollen aggressively here from Preston, and over to Ian. Plenty of options in the hand. Gonna start with the Crispin here. Yeah, I don't think the Fez was cooking there. Water, Psychic. Azul, are you related to Ian Robb? Yeah, his name is actually Ian Robb GG. He always puts the Psychic in play aggressively, which feels weird. I feel like the Psychic would be better in the deck. Well, maybe we're going to hold it. Then it's fine. There's a Teal Dance. Well, no, it's going to get attached here. All right, then just knock out this Badoo. Hilda Candy already in hand there for Preston. Oh, my gosh. I mean, this is going to be kind of... And triple Dracloak in the hand? Dude, what the fuck? Preston could have a crazy turn here. Yeah, Crispin for the follow-up seems pretty good. We got Hilda. I mean, as long as Neo Upper's not prized, and we take the Crispin for the follow-up, Hilda this turn for Candy Dragapult into Crispin Dragapult next turn. If we don't get KO'd, we're winning the game anyways. Oh, there's the Hilda. Wait, did we not get the evolution? Oh, chill. Gonna line up the... Yeah, this is... Yikes. I mean, it's pretty good. It's just good. It's good plays. Good plays. Highly recommend them. Highly recommend it. So was it 2 Hilda, 1 Crispin? And our Neo, and then Crispin is like our emergency follow-up. Ultra Balling. What are we Ultra Balling for? Is that even worth it? Oh, is another Duskull? Okay, sure. We can pop double Dusk. We can actually just like win next turn, I think. $206. It's a little bit too fast for Ian maybe here to keep up with. Kangaskhan first. Rassin is Cyrano, but we got to take a knockout this turn. We do have Crispin plus Ultra Ball in hand. There's a Teal Dance. There's Cypher Maniac. Yeah, you would really like to play Cyrano this turn. Oh my gosh, you have to move the active as well. Actually, what can we do this turn? We don't have Latias in play. Jeez. This turn 2 here from Preston is insane. Yeah, we might be attacking with Kangaskhan here. The more I look at this, to be honest. Wait, also Ian doesn't have enough bench Pokemon to KO with Clefairy here either, right? Wait, I feel like Ian was gonna go for a play here with his Ultra Ball, but then realized that the play is just not available. Is the play just not available? Oh no, Clefairy does get the KO here, but then we have to harder treat the active. We have to harder treat our Kangaskhan. Sure. I said we hope that Preston just doesn't have Dragapult Crispin on the follow-up, right? Which maybe is just a fair, maybe it's just a fair line for Ian to be like, you don't have it. Tries to steal the Dragapult there. Unsuccessful. Into the Clefairy now. Yeah, we do KO. My math was off. I thought we were going to be a Pokemon short. There's the knockout. To be fair, if he did get away with stealing the pulse, he could have won. Yeah, he could have called for a deck check on Preston after that, and if Preston would only have 59 cards, so it would have been a victory. Second Kangaskhan bench. Kind of similar situation as last game. I guess it is still building up to be similar as last game, though, right? But this time, Ian benches the second Kangaskhan, unlike the mistake he did in the last game where he didn't bench a Kangaskhan, because this turn from Preston could be KO active, KO Kangaskhan. Although, can Preston just win the game this turn? We got a lot of damage. We can go KO active, KO Ogerpon. 200, 5. No, not quite. I think we're 1 damage short. We need a Halucha here. We're a Halucha short from literally drawing 7 prize cards this turn. 2, 5. Yeah, we're a Halucha short. Halucha short here. Not quite. Follow-up Dragon Ball already established here for Preston. With that Crispin. Just need to... I think we have an extra turn in hand, actually. We have the Dragon Ball in hand. We should be good to go. Five, 4. Oh, what the heck? You're right. The Kangaskhan does have 210 damage on it. You could just win this turn. You literally could just win this turn. I don't think he has it though. He would need Dusknoir or Dusclops. He need to be able to go use Dusknoir and Dusclops this turn. I don't think he can do it. That would have been crazy though. Because we have to commit the Nitrogen also to the Dragapult this turn. The question is, are we going to pop Clops on the Kangaskhan on the bench here? Or are we going to wait? If the answer is no, we are just going to wait. Oh, giving it some thought again. Why would we wait? I mean, in this situation, Ian is way less likely to get a wide bench and actually be able to clear up the bench and KO the active this turn. But honestly, Ian just knocking out the active here. If Ian can KO the active here, Ian is like... I mean, Ian does just lose. No, because if Ian KOs the active, he has 1 prize card left. You can't Dusclops or Dusknoir. Oh, no, you would just lose here as Ian if you did, right? Though you could just lose to getting knocked out. KO active unfair is pretty bad. I think here from Ian, if you just KO the active, you're fine, to be honest. Is Neo Upper boss left? No, the Neo Upper's gone. If you just KO the active here as Ian, you're fine. You just need to get the KO. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Yeah, if you pop here without winning, you could lose. And honestly, though, you maybe... Well, actually, we end up in the same situation as last game, though, right? Where you have to go... Well, ideally, you want to go Clefairy knockout. Promotes the Teal Mask. There's the Raging Bolt. There's Crispin. This isn't enough to KO the active, right? What else does Ian have? Is he cooked? Oh, do we have a trumpet? So this is literally the exact same situation as last game, except Ian will have... No, Ian will have 0 energy in play again and have a less established board. Literally the exact same situation as last game. Aggressive start from Preston. Ian manages to maintain pace. Preston can't attack with Dragapult this turn. We're literally in the exact same scenario. It's going to be like Judge Jet Headbutt. Or I don't even know if you judge here. I don't know how big Ian's hand is. And you know Ian doesn't have that good of a hand. Okay, into the cat. We might just be aggressive for the Judge here, though. And yeah, just going to go aggressive for the Judge. It's going to be Jet Headbutt. And then you will win next turn with Knockout Active, Knockout Kangaskhan. But once again, Ian with like Boss Fez can slow the game down. Try and claw his way back in. Oh, Boss Dusclops is so bad. Oh, wait, the Dusclops evolution from Preston was probably bad, right? Evolving to Dusclops was terrible. Bossing Dusclops here gives Ian so much time. Yeah, he only plays one Crispin. Yeah, it's just one Crispin in the deck. Not sure what he was looking for off that Draclo. Oh, he's going to evolve before Judge. Okay, right? Yeah. Evolve and then Judge. Sure. I think Ian wins here. It's close. It depends what Ian gets off the Judge. But yeah, the evolution of the Dusclops there from Preston was actually a huge mistake. Could play this Ultra Ball beforehand, thin out the deck. Don't have to necessarily. Only 4 minutes left, but that should be plenty of time to conclude this game. Ultra Balls with a couple Lilies. I don't know if that Drippy hit the field this turn or last turn, but a Draclo would be good if it did last turn. Appreciate the prime sub there, Grumble. Welcome to the Red Pack. Appreciate 74 months there, J-Car. Or boss. Yeah, Ian only does play 2 boss. He doesn't actually play that many boss in the deck. Okay, apparently Dracloak was this turn. Or Droopy was this turn, so no Dracloak this turn. Yeah, what a weird game. These are the situations where if Ian was able to just go back-to-back Clefairies, he just wins the game. The game's just over. Pokepad from Preston. Gets the Dracloak for next turn. Increase the top deck odds. One thing missing from this matchup we didn't really get to see. We never got to see Ian use Unfair Stamp. And now we're in the end of the game where it won't happen. Oh, we still have Fez draw here as well. I didn't realize we had Fez. Draw 3. Got the Ruins if we want it. We might want to put the Ruins in play before Ian has a way to move this Kangaskhan off. We definitely want to put Ruins in play aggressively here. Because otherwise, if Ian has like Cyrano, Chi, and Pao, we can clean that Kangaskhan off the bench and that'd be really, really obnoxious. Oh, we can discard the Dusclops with the Ruins as well. I didn't even think about that. Oh, that's huge for Preston. Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big find. Hit for 70. All right, Ian needs something this turn. He's got a couple different ways that he could win the game, but it's unlikely to win the game this turn, I think. There's that Unfair Stamp, but that's useless. Oh... There's such a high chance that you just lose to boss here. Oh, wait. I think Ian can... Oh, Ian can get the damage Pokemon off the bench here, actually. Ian has Ultra Ball Cyrano Area 0. I don't think the Chi and Pao's in the discard pile. I think it's in the deck. If it's in the discard pile, we could possibly Nitroger for it. Yo, show Ian's Pokemon. Yeah, Stretcher in hand. Yeah, so he has access to it. So he can clear off this damaged Kangaskhan. He can get Latios, Clefairy. Looks for a Water Pawn. Oh, does just need one Prize card to win the game. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we got the Area 0. We can cat for a Crispin, and then we got the Chi and Pao to clear off the bench. Preston can still win in 2 attacks. Cat for boss. We don't even have an attacker set up. Oh, he's gonna go for a Sob play and then win eventually. There's the Chi and Pao. Bump the stadium. Get rid of the Kangaskhan. And yeah, probably the Chi and Pao itself, right? Yeah, gets rid of the Chi and Pao. I think it makes the most sense. Yeah, coming in super clutch here. Oh, yeah, risky Ruins counters. Yeah. Okay, over to Preston. Preston cannot win this turn. Preston does need to get aggressive, though. Huge comeback turn there for Ian. He passed? There's nothing else he can do. That was it. All of his stuff's been played. $20 seconds left. Why did Ian go for a boss instead of a Crispin there? Best line for Preston is boss KO Ogre Pawn, right? Give over Fez and unfair stamp potential. I mean, the best play from Preston might just be punch active, to be honest. Just so you don't give over Fez or unfair stamp. But the energy being in play is annoying, I guess. I don't know. I almost feel like punching active is fine. I don't know. I'm actually not sure. He's playing the boss, though. I actually have no clue what the best play is. No, wait. We should boss Water Pawn. No, what we should do is boss Water Pawn and take away the Kangaskhan draw. We should boss Water Pawn, hit it for 200. Because if we take a knockout, then we get to push Kangaskhan draw with Kangaskhan. So for Preston here, you just shouldn't take a KO. So maybe Ian messed up by not letting the Water Pawn take Risky Ruins damage. Maybe he should have let it take Risky Ruins damage. So that way Preston... so that way Preston had to take a KO. And you could get Kangaskhan in the active. Not sure. Okay, Ian can sob Fez this turn, but then a Dark Energy allows Preston to KO the Water Pawn. But Preston only has one more turn, so Ian can make it so that it's a tie or a win. Ian can make it so he doesn't lose the game. Ian can go Nitrogen for energy, sob Fez, and then Preston can KO the Water Pawn, but Preston only has one more turn, and then Ian can try and win the next turn with like Clefairy Crispin or something like that. So Ian basically never loses here. Oh, that's true. He could Dusknoir. No, there's tiebreaker games don't happen in after +3, right? Oh, we go after. Oh, I guess Monkey Dory is better than Fez. Got less HP, easier to KO. There's the sob. Yeah, Preston could Monkey Dory plus pop Dusknoir. Wait, but it's not it wouldn't be a tiebreaker game, right? It would just be a tie. It would force a tie. So yeah, Preston can force the tie here. But you have to use Monkey Dory first. I think Preston's asking the judge what the outcome is here. Preston could trigger sudden death. No, there's no sudden death if you're in turns, I don't think. I think once you're in turns, I'm almost 100% if a game concludes like this in turns, there's no time left, so there's no time to play. I think it's just a tie. I think it becomes a tie. And then you pop Nor, and then it's a tie. You don't actually play for a sudden death. There's no tiebreaker, game. Yeah. Sheesh, man. Ends in the tie. Those are some exciting games, though. Those are some high octane Raging Bolt versus Dragapult action.